Here's a collection of TEPE interdental brushes, sometimes called bottle brushes, because the old-fashioned way of cleaning a milk bottle was with a special brush that looked like that. Now they've made them into smaller brushes and they come in various sizes. So this is actually a little stick, and this is made by Wisdom, but you can get other makes as well. These are the bottle brushes, and this make is TEPE, T-E-P-E. It's a very good make because what you don't want is to buy something that's not going to last very long. These can be used, rinsed out with cold water, and then dried and used again until they look quite grotty or they've bent so much that you don't really want to use them too much. But they are bendable in order to get into the areas of the teeth that you need to get them into. Now the smallest one for the smallest gaps is pink, then slightly larger gap would be orange, slightly larger than that red, and so on, blue, yellow, green and grey. Okay, now I'm just going to demonstrate to you how you actually use it. So if you hardly had any gaps, then what you would do is just use floss. You would go with floss down the top of your tooth, past the contact point, down into the gingival or the gum crevice, and you would actually push the floss down into the gum. This is a little space there, about 1 or 2 millimeters, and a little space there, 1 or 2 millimeters. And this is where, in this little space, all the plaque and bacteria hides. So you need to dislodge that, and that's what you're doing, dislodge it. So up and down 3 or 4 times that side, up and down 3 or 4 times that side, and that's it. That's your flossing. Now, what you do with your interdental brush, we start off with the Wisdom stick for those very narrow gaps. You can just pop it in between the teeth, and you want to do what the floss was doing. Press it into that little 1 to 2 millimeter gap across the gingival crevice in there 3 or 4 times, and then just rotate it and go down the other side 2 or 3 times. It is going round the back as well, and indirectly you're cleaning the neck of the tooth on that side and the gum, and the neck of the tooth on that side and the gum that way. And then when you angle it that way, it pushes it to the other side. Okay. Some people can actually manage to push it in through the other side, going in that way. So you can go 1, 2, and you can go 1, 2. Okay. Now that is, if you have slightly larger gaps, your dentist will actually measure them, or your hygienist, and find out which one's best suitable for you. You want to find something that's snugly fitting, not loose fitting, otherwise it won't be effective. And if it's too tight, you might cause your gums to recede or be pushed out of the way. So you want something in between, so it's important you get a professional to measure you up. And what you want to do with these is, again, the same thing as a Wisdom stick. You're pushing it right through, and you're angling it down into the gums on that side, and then down into the gums on this side. So around the neck of the tooth on that side, and around the neck of the tooth on this. And you never ever, with these things, just go backwards and forwards in between. That's not going to do anything for your gums. You actually want to be cleaning in that area there and into that area there. That's where the bleeding starts. That's where all the plaque lies down. That's where the calculus or scale starts building up. So that side and this side.